Welcome to Lewis, and Lewis, where we're delivering engaging conversations about life and the little things that make the world go around. From personal stories to thought-provoking discussions, we've got it all covered. Don't miss out on the fun and the insights. Our shows are not scripted, and everything we say is from our personal point of view. If you like the show, please do not share it. Some things are better kept between us. Let's get started.
Y'all ever been to a backologist?
A backologist?
Yeah.
A chiropractor?
Yeah, that's what they call them sometimes.
Is that what they call it? Yeah.
Well, no, it wasn't a chiropractor.
It wasn't.
It was they actually call them
Spine specialist?
No.
Physical
They're
therapist?
physical therapists.
Oh,
That's the word
okay.
I was searching.
As
for.
a,
was gonna
okay.
Yeah, so she was just like, "Oh, you're sitting all wrong. You gotta," and I'm just realizing, like, dang, my posture is just messed up.
You know what? I'm on a level here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I was at my office when I was in procurement still, and one of my coworkers came over. She's like, "You're sitting all weird. Your back's gonna be jacked up." And I realized if you sit and you feel weird and your back is messed up and your posture's all messed up and you're constantly worried about that, then maybe you just built like a bitch.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey. Hey.
Look, if gravity is beating you throughout the day,
Right.
then maybe something else needs to happen to fight back.
Well, that's why it's called weight loss. Because
It's
when
called
you're
weight
fat,
loss.
your back don't give a damn what your posture is. It's
It doesn't
gonna be,
care.
That's your belly is gonna
It
pull you
settles
where
your posture.
it settles you where it wants you to be.
I see.
Gravity plays a big role.
Yeah. Gravity is real too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So if you not fat, then you're a bitch.
Then you're a bitch,
Then
right?
you're a bitch. that's the determining factor.
Unless you got what is it? Sclerosis?
Sclerosis.
Multiple
What's the back thing?
Yeah. it's
Scoliosis?
Scoliosis.
Yeah.
Okay, scoliosis. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you got set up wrong. You
If you got sclerosis,
Yeah, you got set up wrong.
Yeah, your spine, your bones are just linked wrong.
Yeah, your manufacturer.
I'm
messed up
surprised
on
they
you.
can't fix that.
I think
could.
there's
Well, I
some
think
I don't know.
It depends on how bad it is.
I'm not.
Well, what I mean fixing is like take the bone out and put some good shit in there.
Your spine, like part of your spine. Lewis, I don't know if they can do that.
That's what I'm saying.
crippling you.
Why can't we do that? That's what I'm saying. We
Because
should be
it's
able to do
hard.
that.
That's like taking your brain out and putting it in another body.
You gotta take the cord. You gotta unloop the cord from the spine.
I'm saying
Of course.
RoboCop.
So what's going to happen, of course, is that you have to cut the bone,
Right.
Yeah.
Because you got to make an opening to bring it around the spine.
cord. Yeah.
Right. So you do that, and then you bring in the new. What's stronger than titanium nowadays and lasts just as long?
Vibranium.
Vibranium. We're gonna go with vibranium. Okay. So they got vibranium, and they just bring it back.
Bring it back.
Just
And
bring
then
it
what
back.
they do is they they don't weld it, but you just got screws to lock it back over your spine.
all you gotta
and
do.
There you go.
You're done.
That's all you got to do.
You're done.
Hey, just patent it, man.
Yeah. You just got to sit still for a very long time.
You're awake during this too?
No.
Oh.
You sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think you got to be asleep.
You think so?
Yeah. You can't be, because if you move,
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, because if you get in a slight accident, your spine nerve get tapped, you paralyzed.
Yeah, you're boned. It's over.
So,
Yeah. Then you become Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Well, it was his hands. He
It
wasn't
was his
paralyzed.
hands. I know. I was just trying to bridge it a little bit.
You didn't bridge shit.
I did.
How about Professor X?
Okay, Professor.
That's who you think
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
That's
Then
it.
you're paralyzed.
doesn't
Then you're
need his
paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just uses his mind.
Yes. So that's what we'll be.
I'm not against it, but I don't think it's that simple.
I
could
think
be
it
wrong.
is.
Do you think it's that
I
simple?
think it is. You
Brain
just have to be
surgery
good.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not.
I think you just got to go in there and move stuff around.
Well, yep.
Yeah.
It is a very tough thing.
Is it crazy you could do brain surgery while a person's awake?
Still awake.
Yeah.
Still
My
awake.
boy, Fiber Beans. What was his name?
Who?
Yeah.
Dr. Lecter or
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal? Yeah.
My boy Hannibal Lecter was cutting his brain away and feeding it to him.
Oh, geez.
Oh, he also was cutting his leg.
Oh.
Remember that? He was
Yeah.
feeding. He was,
that's right.
It was hibachi style.
Oh my
Hibachi style.
God.
Yeah, because he was cutting his leg and he would cook it right there in front of him.
Yeah.
And made
Oh,
how
that
lethargic
is-
do you got to be to see your leg getting cut off
Oh yeah.
and then getting fed to you and you not react?
I don't feel like it's possible for you to not go to something that's dark as fuck, from potential life-changing surgery
To eating people.
Yeah. We could have went in a different route, but you
What
went
route
there.
would you wanting to go?
I don't know. Like
You
saving
you
someone's
mentioned
life.
that you can operate on the brain while somebody is awake.
I think that's pretty amazing.
Right. What else? Who else would do something like that? Serial killer.
Or a doctor.
Well, you already covered the operation
right.
part. So, what is your other example? Give me another example.
I don't need another example.
I'm
Who
just
does
saying, I
back
gave you
surgery?
one.
Why do I need another example besides a surgeon?
Because what if I don't believe you? What if I need more examples? Give me another example. You'd be like, I don't have any. I gave you one. So you can put that in your bag when you're telling people that story. You can put it in your bag. Be like, hey, surgeons and serial killers, Hannibal Lecter operated on somebody's brain and fed it to him.
That is another example.
And then he hibachi styled their leg. I'm just saying. And I think he was eating that fresh too, right? The brain. You remember that? Y'all
I don't remember.
I
know
don't
he cooked the
remember
leg.
And
Yeah.
yeah, because it's fucked up, but I actually had other things I could watch.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hannibal. That's a class. I ain't
Literally,
saying you got to
like,
watch
you know,
all 15 of the
I
movies.
watched a cooking show where people were making sushi, like normal people shit.
But you
or
didn't
racing.
expect it. That was the whole point.
Because I didn't fucking watch it.
Right.
Like,
That
what-
was the best part.
that was the best
You
part.
just like, oh, I'm going to watch a show about Hannibal Lecter and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then he's slicing somebody's brain and hibachi styling their leg.
I didn't feel a need to watch it.
You should.
I should. I'll consider it
You should.
after
You
I
gonna
watch
pick-
normal people.
It's your
shit.
turn.
It's my turn.
It's your turn.
Hopefully,
Pick one of
something
these.
Not eating people. All right.
I don't condone it, but it happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
It does happen.
Cannibalism is real.
Oh Lord. Batman.
Batman.
The Batman signal.
Oh.
Batman signal comes up.
So-
What do?
What?
Tell
do
me
you
the
do? Let's
history,
say
Lewis.
you are out committing a crime. You doing whatever you doing. You robbing a bank. You murdering. You stealing from somebody. And right when you're doing it, the Batman signal comes up over your head in the
Yeah.
sky. What do you do?
I think we covered this one on.
I think we brought it up.
Yeah, we brought it up because it was just going to
Well,
be.
why the hell? Why you put it back in there?
I didn't put it back in there.
How
You
the hell
just-
it get in there?
it was already in there.
Repick you.
Repick. Yeah, we already covered that subject.
We'll have to dig up the episode to say if you want to hear about this.
Yes,
go back
I
to
will.
that episode,
I will dig that episode up and
put it in the description.
Batman.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good one because this is kind of what we talked about before.
Okay.
Would you make? I don't know if anyone. I might not even show it from now on. Would you make a deal with the devil?
Ooh,
Would you make a deal?
with the devil?
So what is the terms? Let's start with that. Is it the same terms that you always make with
This
the
isn't
devil?
a
You're just
genie.
giving up your soul.
This isn't a genie. It'll have
That's-
terms and conditions.
It does.
Make it up.
That's the only terms the devil wants.
Okay.
right?
I'm just saying.
That's the only terms.
The genie is now an AI app, so maybe the devil has changed his ways to get to
changed
people.
his
I don't know.
ways.
Fuck, I don't know.
He's possessed AI.
But see because I pulled a Lewis moment and asked the extra question,
Yeah.
I get ridiculed.
Oh,
All I'm
as
saying,
per usual for you.
all I'm saying is, what is his terms?
right.
It could be different.
It could be.
Let's say.
It's your soul
Okay, let's say that
burning in.
giving your soul up is the terms and conditions because everything tends to work itself out when it comes to exchanging your soul for a thing.
That's why I say, is it the normal terms and conditions?
What do you
What
consider terms
All right.
and the normal?
that you give up your soul to burn in hell for eternity.
Whatever the devil does with your soul in hell.
I'm
It
saying,
doesn't
what if
matter. It's in hell now.
But what if the terms are different? That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I'm
how can
asking.
they be different? The devil lives in hell.
You're a new breed. You're a new breed. Shit, I don't fucking know. You might think
What
it's
do
different.
souls do in hell?
Maybe the devil could give you like I'll give you a half eternity.
So right. You also, so does that throw you out of reincarnation if you make a deal with the devil then?
I'm okay. So let's pretend that reincarnation exists in this world.
Okay.
And you've given up your soul to the devil. He has it in lieu of your incarnation. Right?
Okay.
Like he has it. You can't be incarnated
Right.
because he's got it.
Right.
You need your soul to be reincarnated. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you
I
got
would
it,
say.
you can't exchange it for a dog.
Oh,
I can't be
okay.
a dog in my next life. Because he's got it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he wants to.
Maybe I
use
can
your
become
soul for.
Cerberus.
To a dog.
Yeah, you can go into Cerberus as one of his 3 heads
That's
in your
right.
next life. But you're still in hell. So in my opinion, you give up your soul
Okay.
in exchange for something.
Right.
When you die, that's your ass. Now
Right.
your soul is his. So
Oh, yeah.
you can do whatever you want until your soul gets exchanged for
So
at the end of the lifespan.
The question is what, and I know we don't have the answer, but like, what happens? Like, can your soul feel pain? You know what I mean? Like, is he going to put you in a body and torture you that way? You know what I mean? Because I would think the person would be like, oh, I'm going to sell my soul to the devil for blah, blah, blah. And then it's just like, well, he can't physically harm me. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder what that torture is like on your soul.
The only way I would say that it would be worth it is if I became like Spawn. You become like a soldier of the devil to fight. Because at least I got.
See, I want you to shut up right now. I want you to shut up right now because that's not a part of the rules.
What do you mean?
Because that was a deal with the devil, and he became Spawn. You said if you make a deal with the devil, it's the normal terms and conditions.
But
you can't change.
He has your soul. What did I say earlier? I said whatever the devil does with your soul after the fact is completely a moot point because he's got your soul. He does devil shit with it.
Yeah, but Spawn, he didn't
grape it. He could turn you.
He
into
never
a
came
Spawn.
back though.
What do you mean?
Like he asked to live, and he said you will only live if you become my hell Spawn.
Yeah,
but he didn't get to live.
Well,
he
did.
became
he lived
Spawn
in hell as a hell Spawn.
Right. So he never got to go back and hit that or nothing. Like he came back
because
his wife had been taken. His wife was taken by his
best friend. Married his girl. Yeah.
Best friend. You gotta watch them mugs.
That's right.
So
that's why I don't have any best friends.
There you go.
Or friends.
Took his
Or
wife. He also had the Deadpool syndrome. He was burnt.
Yeah.
He didn't have normal skin anymore.
Yeah, he's not looking good. But you're a hellspawn. You look like shit. But you might look good for a hellspawn.
So I don't think
in
that was
comparison to other hellspawns.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a legit deal with the devil.
What would a legit deal have looked like given those circumstances?
Because you live the life that you want to live, and then he take you afterwards.
Did he make the deal just as he was dying?
Yeah, because he wanted to live.
Oh,
and he said, "I'll let you live if you become a hellspawn."
He came back as a hellspawn.
Right. I don't think he understood what he meant.
He didn't say I want to come back as a human. He just said I want to come back. So
he's just like I want to live. Yeah.
It's kind of like a genie wish.
Genie.
So, and that's my next point. I think you're
making a deal with the devil.
You're making a deal with the devil. You're making a deal with the genie. Same circumstances. They want to come back. They want to come on top.
I don't think, and I never made a deal with the devil. I don't know these things. I'm just throwing this out here.
Yeah.
I think for his reputation, he wouldn't give you a fucked up life. Like if you ask for something,
you think the devil?
I think he would be legit on what you ask for, and you may lose a family member or two, but I think he'd be legit. It'll be legit on what you asked for. Then you just got your soul. Because think about it. It'll get out that he giving out bad deals.
Right.
And nobody would want to make deals with the devil anymore.
That's true.
Unless you make a deal and then you make sure you die the next day.
Right.
Oh.
You got to live out a 24-hour period.
You gotta make sure you look at the fine print.
Fine print.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I think is he gives you a sweet deal.
I think you're right about that because historically, what's the guy who sold his soul to become the best musician?
Billy Bob.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, his name. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
It is.
I went down to the crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
I went down there.
Was it called Crossroads? The movie?
The movie.
Yeah.
It's a song.
Well, they made a movie.
There's a movie.
they made a movie?
Yeah, there's a movie.
Crossroads.
Oh, I didn't know they made a movie.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh shit.
That's one of the best banjo scenes I've ever seen in my life. So,
Johnny.
You talking about the guy?
Yeah, I'm talking about the guy, the musician.
I think Rob's looking it up.
He's looking it up. His fingers. I'm trying to see if my brain can work as fast as him looking it up.
Robert Johnson.
I knew it was a Johnny something.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah, that was
Close
pretty
enough.
good.
Yeah.
Following his life. Okay, he's the
back.
one that
He went down.
this was it.
south.
Yeah, so 1936 to 1937.
1 year.
Yeah. Delta Blues, and he's known for potentially selling his soul to the devil. And I think the thing that they were curious about is that he couldn't play
At all.
Mm.
Yeah.
And, well, he could play, but nobody wanted to play with him. And then he went away for a little bit and then came back, and all of a sudden he's one of the best blues players.
He got that wit training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they said he sold his soul.
Sold his soul to the devil.
That was what do they call that nowadays? An industry plant, as they would say, a person who just was off the grid completely, and all of a sudden they hit.
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
doing really well for no reason. You know, maybe an industry plant made a deal with the devil, or maybe the devil's just Hollywood.
Yeah.
I think Hollywood is it. There's a lot of examples of like devil worship and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I used to think that stuff was crazy until all the like Diddy stuff and the Epstein Island stuff. I'm like, I don't know if it's devil worshippers. I just think everyone in Hollywood is an asshole. And that's probably just close to devil stuff.
So the devil
I disagree with you.
Really?
came around in the night. When was Hollywood?
30.
Yeah.
So Devil's
In the
very.
30s.
He's pretty.
He's pretty young.
Pretty.
He's pretty new.
He's pretty new to this.
I think the Bible kind of trumps that a little bit.
A little bit. Just
A little bit, but that's
Hollywood.
okay.
It's just Hollywood.
Little
Just
stories.
Hollywood. Yeah.
Did they have a calling the devil in the Bible?
That's a great question.
don't remember.
I don't think I don't think the word devil
shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's something else.
Yeah.
But I think, Rob pretty much just answered what I was going to say. But I feel that they are doing worshiping, but it's not. It's something that they probably feel is worshiping the devil. You know what I mean? Like they found a book that said, if you cut 16 pigs and you do this and you do that, you'll get spiritual enlightenment or you'll get this or make a deal. I think they doing stuff that's not right only because they read it somewhere or they got some manuscript or something was passed down and they feel like, oh, we need to do this stuff.
Isn't that
What's
every
that,
cult
T?
is based off of? I think this is gonna work, therefore let's do it.
Yeah. But you were saying that you think it was something else. I think they actually doing stupid shit.
Oh.
But it's not giving them the results they want.
Ooh, the Satan worshipers?
Or just like he's talking about the people in
Hollywood,
Hollywood.
Oh, the Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Hollywood people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're
'Cause
making
that's-
money off of it.
That's just like they took what is it? The Illuminati. Illuminati was not bad in the beginning, and they make it this evil thing nowadays.
Yeah. It's just the way you spin the story.
Yeah, and
I don't think it's working though, because movies suck. And so does music.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're selling your soul to the devil, like you're not getting really a good deal out of it because your talent sucks.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think it's interesting because it does seem like the devil has a pretty good track record historically. The stories that I've heard are like someone makes a deal and then they get pretty good at something.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You're like, he can't screw you.
Yeah, but genies, no.
No.
You can't trust those motherfuckers.
He got that because I think his reputation is on the line.
Uh-huh.
And if he mess up,
That's true.
Yeah.
Like I got a reputation to hold, so I'm gonna make you the best whatever you want.
Yep.
Until you die.
Yeah,
next
people won't
week.
make deals.
Yeah.
But that movie Bedazzled though, that was kind of the opposite, right? It was the devil he made a deal with the devil, who was smoking hot woman, I guess.
Right.
And she kept screwing him. And then he didn't get what he wanted, so he became president, for example, and
Right.
he got shot because he was Lincoln. He became a basketball player, but he had a small man
Peace.
and like every time he wanted to impress his girl, but he was just like missing the point.
You know what? Now I remember that part too when he became the basketball player.
Yeah,
He had like blonde hair, or something.
And he's really like super sweaty.
Yeah.
It was basically me. And then what was the third one? There was a basketball player, the president, and then I think there was one other.
I don't remember.
I think he was like a tech guru or something. I don't remember. But
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it would be worth it.
can you make
I think
partial deals?
Yeah.
With
I think the person that make a deal with the devil don't think that souls are real. Because it's hard to,
Why would they make a deal then?
because you feel like you the one getting over.
But if you don't believe in it, then why would you feel like you're getting over on it?
That's what I'm saying. What is the devil getting from me? I'm finna get all this stuff. Souls ain't real, so I'm making a baseless deal. I'm making a deal that I don't have to make good on.
So maybe you don't see the worth in your soul because you don't know what it does.
Well, if you don't think it's a soul, so that's why they make the deal.
How do you not know? You think there's no soul, but there's a devil that you're making a deal with. Something's got to be real.
Well, that's why they did it. I don't know. You gotta ask them. How the fuck would I know? Shit. How the fuck would I know?
It just doesn't make sense to me. I think if I make a deal with the devil, to me, I don't feel like my soul has a lot of worth.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, after I'm dead, I don't really care what happens anyway. I only care about my life, so I'm just gonna make a deal because whatever happens after that is whatever.
That's what you saying?
That's why I would make a deal with the devil.
That's basically what I just
No,
said.
but I believe in a soul. I just don't think it's worth anything because I don't know what it does. It's like I'm making the deal off of ignorance.
He just regurgitating my shit.
No. You're saying you don't believe in a soul. Like you're saying my soul doesn't exist, so it's a baseless deal. I'm saying I have a soul. I just don't know what it does.
So let me understand what you're saying. You saying I and you. What I'm saying, a person. I know what I believe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you what other people think, and you telling me what you think.
I'm saying what I think other people think too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
I think they addressed that in Crossroads though with Ralph Macchio.
What'd they say?
Well, see, he didn't believe. He's like the devil came and said, "Hey, Ralph said, I'll make a deal with you." And he's like, "Oh, okay. I know a guitar player, and I can get us there." And then it became real whenever the clouds came over, and then all of a sudden they're in this bar. And then he realized, oh, this is really the devil. Because at first he was like, whatever, just name the place. No big deal. I didn't believe in it.
Right.
And then when it became real, then it became real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but something that has nothing to do with the soul, though.
Well, right, but he didn't believe. Right?
He
right.
just
So
I don't think I ever seen Crossroads.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
Yeah. You need
Yeah.
to watch it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that.
classic.
Put that on the list.
I'll put that on the list. For
Yeah. But man, yeah.
But in that circumstance, did he make the deal and then the devil's like, all right, you made the deal, and then he showed himself? Or did he say, I want this? He showed him that he's the devil, and then he had the opportunity to not make the deal.
No. Once he made so the devil didn't say, I'm the devil. He's like, the devil's like, I gotta, came over to, so the harmonica player was begging for his soul back. And Ralph was the guitar player that he played with, and they were both there at the Crossroads because he went to the Crossroads to break the deal.
Yeah.
The harmonica player. And then the devil's like, well, what are you going to give me? We've already gave you everything, you know, and, you're breaking the deal. I mean, what do I get to give you your soul back?
Right.
And I don't know how the story all went, but either way, Ralph's like, I'll just give you my soul.
Oh,
And he's like, oh, okay, I'll take your soul.
I'll take yours.
You
did the
know,
other dude get his soul back though?
so they
He broke the deal?
So the deal was they both, if Ralph beat the guitar player of the Devil's Choice, they both gets to keep their soul. But if he lost, he gets both of their souls.
That's bogus.
Wasn't the guitar player like he was one of the devils, right? He was
Yeah.
like this dude who was we don't know who he is. He was like one of his guys, basically.
Yep, and it was Steve Vai.
Yes, you're right. It's been a while.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a great
Oh, it
scene.
was
Yeah,
really
a
good.
Freaking amazing movie,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, we're paraphrasing the story, and it's been a long time since
Right.
I've seen that scene. But yeah, it just if you don't believe, and then all of a sudden it becomes real.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit. now it's like-
What would you offer him though?
well, that's the
I'm
thing.
just saying in
It's-
general. Like if you just be like, you know what, dude, I don't like this deal.
Yeah. Well, that's
Let's
the
go
thing.
back
How do you
on
know
it.
what's worthwhile to the devil, right?
Well, I think the devil just walks away. Yeah, I think he's a better deal maker than, all right, you don't want that deal? Fine. You just keep living the life you're living. I'll see you later.
I'm gonna get you
He
anyway.
still got your soul though.
No. I mean, if you didn't want the deal, I mean, if you turned it down before you made the deal,
Oh, I'm talking about once you make the deal.
I got you. Well, oh, yeah, you're screwed.
And you just like, I changed my mind.
So here's a question: could you offer something other than a soul?
I don't think the devil
I think
wants.
that you don't want nothing else.
What about other people's souls?
Ooh.
But they gotta offer it.
Hey, you know what?
I think it's a genuine thing.
Yeah, it has to be given.
Maybe you could. Maybe you can offer up a baby soul. You just go steal a baby.
Oh,
shit.
yeah. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that's true.
You
What
know?
about some
Fuck, you
baby
just pop
souls?
these, you get
How many do you need to equal one adult soul?
like Nick Cannon level.
I think baby souls are worth more than one adult
they're
soul.
Yeah, because they're
They're
pure.
pure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pure.
Yeah.
No sin.
I don't know how that works.
Me neither.
We need to do.
I'm
some
sure the
soul
devil
math.
would know how that worked. He'd be like, that's
No,
right.
I'm gonna tell you.
That's not so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a
how
good
many
deal.
baby souls do you need? Maybe
So you believe in God and the devil and all that other jazz?
Yeah, I believe in
Okay.
God. Yep.
So do you think you ever sat in a room with the devil before?
So
Or
I
but
think-
God?
I think we fight that battle every day.
No, what I mean, not the battle. I mean like you in a room of people and you actually was sitting with God or you were actually sitting with the devil and you never knew. You think that would be kind of crazy,
That'd
right?
be crazy. Yeah, for sure.
If you
You know?
believe in the devil and God, you're always kind of because I like to think of it like the multiverse, right? You're always on the cusp of touching every universe.
I ain't talking about the cuss. I'm talking about just as
But
much.
no, I'm saying that there's a thin line between heaven and hell and earth, and you're always touching the line between all three. So you're always surrounded by all of those entities at all time, no matter what room you're in.
I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about you walked into Walgreens and a
Yes.
homeless guy asked you for 50 fucking cents.
Yeah.
And that was God.
Oh,
That's
you
what
talk
I'm saying.
Directly to him, like touched by an
Yes,
angel.
you talked to him.
Like-
Like you walked, he
Did you
was
watch
like,
that
hey.
Touched by an Angel growing up?
Nah, I heard of it. I don't remember.
never watched
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay,
But you know what I'm saying? Like
I do.
That's what I mean. Not like the entity I mean like we were sitting in the room and God was there with you, or the devil was in there and you had a conversation with him, you was just talking. They didn't want nothing.
Yeah.
They wasn't trying to persuade you to do anything or whatever. You just sat there and you talked to him.
Yeah.
Like I wonder, like that would be crazy. You know?
Yeah, I don't know that a god or some entity of that level, that magnitude, would need to do that. So I can't say one way or the other, but
Right.
in my opinion, if God is as all powerful and omnipresent and what's the other one? Omniscient,
Yeah.
then he doesn't need to manifest himself in one body to make contact with you, and it wouldn't really benefit either one of you for him to do that.
Who said he was there to purposely make contact with you? What if he just wanted some fucking like
A vacation.
Chicken George
Yeah,
or a vacation
as a homeless person?
What? Yeah. He just wanted to chill, and
Yeah.
you just happened. I'm saying he knew you was going to cross paths with him. He was God, but
Yeah.
he's just there. He's not there to purposely talk to you. He's
just
just
happen to
there
walk by.
minding his own
His
business,
own godly business.
right? And you just happen to walk by, and yo, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I guess the question is, would you feel it? Would you
Yeah,
know?
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
You
There
know?
you go.
Like you never know.
I think so I'm gonna go off of my anime
Okay.
thing. So like in anime, there's this idea of like power levels, right?
Right.
If you have the ability to, say you're a martial artist,
Okay.
you know other martial artists' power level or capability because you sense their presence.
Right.
Like I
right,
walk into
right.
a martial artist who is just so incredibly good, I can feel their presence because it's almost like a force on me.
Okay.
I think that if there's an alternative world that with these godly entities, I think that you would feel their presence similar to that, in my opinion. I think that there's forces that you can feel on your soul, on your body, whatever. And I think you might pick it up in that way. That's the closest thing that I could imagine. But
Okay.
I'm a fucking anime nerd, and that's the best I can do.
All right.
All right.